All right, we get our first look at number one pick Fernando Mendoza here as he takes on the Cardinals in week one of the preseason. I didn't watch this game live, so I'm excited to see kind of what happened or how he does. It's all a mystery to me, but this is a video every pass attempt and every rush attempt that he had from preseason week one. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First look at the number one pick. Pocket collapses. I don't think he really has much there. That was a coverage sack in a sense. Not that he got sacked. What I'm looking for here before we do get into it, I'm looking for him to go through progressions and make decisions. I feel like that's what you always want out of a rookie QB. The talent and stuff we know is there. We've watched the talent, obviously, right? And the talent is, I believe, NFL level. But the brain is the big thing. A lot of these QBs who have all the talent in the world come in and it's like, oh boy, it's faster. I have to work faster. My progressions have to be faster. Decision making's faster. So let's keep an eye on that as we go. Somewhat of a clean pocket, stands up, throws. Great catch. I mean, not the best throw. That being said, if he puts that on the numbers, I'm not sure how much more they get out of it, right? He kind of, I think that was his first read and he made the decision. It was a fine play. Really good catch, though. Yeah, I think he kind of bailed him out there. But again, even if he puts that on the numbers, it's not like they're getting much more. All right, sees a little bit of a rush, steps up, throws. Let me see that from do they have this at a different angle? Or let's see. Yes. Not that bad of a throw. I was thinking he might have let him into like a hospital ball there. Not so much. Play action, deliver. Play action, boom, nice. Okay, I hope they keep giving us those like from behind angles or from in front angles. Yeah, here we go. He's reading this linebacker right here, right? The minute this guy will bite or even go to the right in terms of coverage or bite on the play action, which he does, right? And then he goes, oh crap, I have to, figure something out. He starts just going to the left because he has no idea what to do, right? He turns around. This is already far too open. He sees the numbers of the linebackers. They had already bitten a little bit too much, and boom, he delivers. Really good throw into space. Now, that being said, that wasn't necessarily a decision. Like, that was clearly a scripted play, one read, maybe they had a second read, but that was their first option. I want to see him go through his progressions here. Back shoulder, pretty good, I imagine. Give me another angle. Is it on the back shoulder? Yeah, honestly, that's probably caught if that's not a little tug there. Surprised they didn't call that. I want to see some rushing out of him. This would be a time to... There we go. Okay, let's see what he saw, because I don't mind that tuck and run, but I want to see kind of what was going on. So, right now he sees two receivers that he's potentially looking at. Depending on what this safety / linebacker, this defender does, I would almost think that he may have had a pass here. He probably could have. And that even might have been, that might have been a nice play. You could see, honestly, two defenders kind of closing on this. But, he sees this linebacker shooting out. This guy's playing. I don't mind the run. Maybe we get a different angle and see, because I think that 83 there might have been the read. But at the same time, you just gained, 10 yards almost? So here we go. We're reading kind of this part of the field right here. Let's see. We got 83. Yeah, he's got the inside leverage. The minute he sees this linebacker, if we go back just a few seconds, if this linebacker starts shifting to Mendoza's right, that inside leverage could have been a big play, right? Because he sees these two split. It's a one-up right here. He probably could have had this. That looks wide open. Boom, there's the pass. That's a rookie mistake, but at the same time, okay, he missed it, right? Missed. He had a couple seconds to do it. You know what he does? He doesn't sit there and go, oh boy, what do I do? Or chuck it to a one-on-one coverage. He says, I do still see this opening. Let me step up and go. So while he missed a read, and it was a pretty bad one, very positive play to tuck it and run and not do something stupid. A lot of the times you'll see quarterbacks miss a read and then just chuck it to that one-on-one or something like that. Nice play there. Is it the same drive? Yeah, fine play there. Soft coverage. Take what you get. That's another thing. Take what they give you, right? Wow, I liked what I saw there. That was good. The minute he sees this DB stumble, right? So this is going to be a zig, a pivot, whatever you want to call it. The minute he knows this guy bit a little bit too much on the outside, he can just, honestly, doesn't even need to zip it in there. He can just fill the empty space. Watch his defender. Boom. Stumble. This doesn't look like it. Maybe we'll get a different angle, but this is going to be, this is a layup for these two guys. throws it in there into the space. Really, really good read there. So a lot of good so far from Mendoza. Let's see if we get a different angle because you'll kind of see what I mean. Yeah, watch. So watch this defender right here. The minute he eats on going out, and you'll see kind of the oopsie stumble, right? Boom, right there. Look at how much space this is. He could throw this lefty and put it in space. It was a perfect pass right on the number. Got it there in time. That was a really nice. That was a better play. Watching it kind of a couple times, that was a great pass. Wow. But that was a great play. That last one more so than it looks, right? Let's look at this one. They're clearly showing us, nice angles from behind here. Pause. I'm curious as to what this safety was doing because I didn't see this wide receiver out here fire off the ball. So you're okay there. This guy can get that inside leverage. This safety and this linebacker, two things that I'm looking at because that was clearly a dot, but it was seemingly like either he threaded the needle or it was an easy one. So that safety, yeah, he's still making a decision, but you can see he's not covering any space. This linebacker technically has to figure out him, right? And he does make probably the right decision. This safety now has to crash, and he doesn't. And it's too late for him. Really good read. I almost think that might have been more of a defensive breakdown. Watch, he's probably not going to fire off the ball. No, so that safety, at this point, this guy sees this. He goes, okay, if he's going outside, inside, I think this man up right here has to get him. This should have been kind of come down on. Yeah. Okay, so whether it's still the right read, right? But that may have been more of a defensive or lack thereof. Roll out. Take what they give you. And look at that. It turns into 7, right? Nice play there. Didn't rush it. Knew he had him underneath. Don't love that. Let's see. He probably... Oh, no, we don't get to see that one. Okay, here's a little... He's a rookie. He's pliable. He can take some of those hits, but that ball should have... If that ball's going to go out of bounds, that ball should have been out of bounds earlier. That's how you get hurt. All right, see what you got here. Wow, that was great. So what I was talking about earlier, looking for some progression through his receivers, right? If we start here and just watch this playback, because I thought immediately that he could check this down, and I was like, oh, take what they give you, take what they give you. Watch his head. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, boom, finds him. Give me another angle of that, because that'll be cool to see from behind. That'll be very cool. Give me that. Okay. They're not going to give it to us. Let's just play that back one more time. I think what he was first looking at, let me see. And apologies for rewinding, but this is interesting. I think he's looking to see what's happening over here. Just seeing what they're doing, because depending on what these two defenders do, it'll give him a little bit of a sense of what they're in real quick. So I'm not even thinking he's trying to go to him. But then, see, so the minute he's off that, he now knows he has a check down. He was already looking over there, right? He's good. Now he's saying, okay, I know that they're in some form of a zone. These two guys are going to mesh. One of them's probably going to come up open and check it out. Really, really good run through the progression. That's probably the best example of what we're talking about and waiting for in terms of him going through his progression. Let's see, last play here. Progression another time. That might have been his second option on the play. Yeah, let's see. Look at he's looking over here. He's seeing what's going on. These guys are all covered up. He's almost ready to fire to the outside. But then he sees, look at that. Look at him. His body's facing this way. Safety, linebacker, everyone's going to the left. His head now goes this. You can even see the line of his helmet. That's really cool. He knows that this guy's going to be wide open. I don't know if he did this on purpose in the sense of trying to trick them or tell them that he's going to the left, or if he did make a split-second athletic decision. And look at that. They're already turned. He turns, fires, shoulder square. Too little, too late for these two. Dot. Wow, that got better and better, which I think is what you want to see out of Fernando Mendoza here. I really enjoyed watching that. I think that this kid's going to be good. Again, that's not like the most jarring take. He's a number 1 freaking pick in the draft. But all I said before seeing that was I wanted to see decision-making, which there was no issues there. Maybe that one that he threw out of bounds, but it's a broken play. And then I wanted to see him go through his progressions at an NFL speed, and though it's still preseason, we can say that he certainly did that. So shout out to Fernando here, man. That was a good little first look into what we're seeing out of the kid. So yeah, curious to see what happens during the year. But Raiders fans, I'd be excited if you have him, which you do. Let me know if you guys like these. We'll do more and more throughout the season if you guys do enjoy kind of the breakdown and the highlights, stuff like that.